Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. From idea to execution, the International Career Development Conference is coming up in Anaheim in hopes of encouraging some budding entrepreneurs and future leaders. With us now to tell us a little more about it is Anaheim City Councilman James Vanderbilt, and we welcome you.
Yes, Leslie, thank you so much.
So what is the International Career Development Conference? What happens there?
Well, this is an annual event that happens in many places throughout the country, and in 2017 it's coming to Anaheim. This event is a collection of thousands of clubs, high school clubs, that help students explore starting businesses, being entrepreneurs, career development. And so this annual event will have a chance for them as a sort of competition to bring their ideas to the convention center and present them to judges to determine the best in the nation.
And you are looking for judges. We're appealing to people in the community to be judges of this event. So we can talk a little bit more about the event so that people will know, what they'd be getting themselves into. But it's very interesting that the community can become a part of it. Tell us about the students who are involved in this. Now, these are students from across the country. This organization also works around the world.
That's right. In the United States, at least, at the high school level, a number of schools, as anybody might know, usually there's different types of clubs, service clubs or clubs that are related to language learning. Well, one of the clubs that many high schools has is this DECA organization. And DECA has been around since the late 40s. It's intended to help students form at school levels with a teacher advisor, a organization that allows them to talk about business ideas that they might have and to help develop and shape them. And this also helps them consider career development. There's a large component for mentoring. So it has a lot of very positive aspects, and there's certainly a great deal of interest in promoting this because educators are recognizing that for students to do well, to have these 21st century skills, they need to work on communication, presentation skills, idea development, and a sense of community. So this organization focuses on all of those.
It sounds like there's opportunity for that along the entire process. So the high school kids get a little one-on-one mentorship on their local level to help grow their ideas and then take it to this competition.
Sure. The United States, based on this idea of success in business and this idea that we also appreciate that the competitive nature of business is important to develop at a very young age so that these students who are very creative are able to shape their ideas in a way that appeal to being successful in the real world, and that's the market. For that to happen, this organization at the school level allows these students to develop the ideas, and then they compete in regional events, and then eventually the winners of those regional events come to a national event, and then there's a national competition that determines what student champions are in certain categories.
It's a real great idea in this era of the idea that kids think that it's get rich quick, to understand just the process of taking an idea and fleshing it out and executing it to success is very valuable as it is. Tell us a little bit about what happens at the conference, like what this competition looks like and what a judge might be evaluating during this competition.
Well, there's two types of competitions. One, as I mentioned, is these capstone project that these students have prepared over the course of a school year and then present them to a panel of judges at this national event. Another category of competition is more of a test of their skills without having any idea what's expected. So they may be given 10 minutes to prepare a business idea plan and then present that to this panel of judges to see how well they work in very confined situations.
Thinking on your feet under stress.
Absolutely. And we've seen lots of reality shows that focus on this kind of competition amongst people with business ideas and presenting those before people who might eventually take those ideas and let them
scholastic Shark Tank right there.
Well, I wasn't going to mention the name,
Oh,
but,
okay.
but
Well, we get the idea. It's almost a generic name.
Sure.
So you are appealing for judges, local people who will come in and help evaluate and move this forward.
Exactly. I was contacted by DECA a few weeks ago and asked to help spread the word because of the number of students involved and the scale of this event. It's important to find judges locally that will come and spare 4 hours or 8 hours for a couple of days in April. This would be April 28th and 29th, 2017 at the Convention Center in order to see these students. They get training on how to be a judge, and they're looking for professionals, but of course the key is that they would be local. So we're really trying to seek as much help as we can get, and we're hoping that this particular program will stir some of that interest.
Any specific background qualifications for a potential judge?
You know, anybody again who has a professional position. This organization focuses a lot on marketing, on finance, on hospitality, and management. So those are the big 4 areas, but those cross over many different types of occupations. So there should be, you know, folks interested from all sorts of fields can participate.
You know, we talked about the kids, what they get out of it, developing these real life practical skills. What would a judge get out of it?
Well, I think they get the sense of participating and helping shape students because of course I think we're all very interested in the future of our country, and we know how important education is. So I think that would be an important opportunity for people to provide their volunteer hours for an event like this.
Do you know of any success stories, some ideas that have been presented during these conferences that have actually come to fruition?
There is a number of success stories posted on the website for this organization. If I can mention it, it's www.DECA, which is D like Delta, E like Echo, C like Charlie, and A like Alpha.org. And you can see several instances where students have been successful, and you'll see a lot of examples from Silicon Valley as a particular point. And then in terms of asking for people to volunteer, that same website is also a location that they can go to get more information about this event in April.
What do you remember about former conferences such as this?
Well, they've had them, as I said, throughout the country. In Anaheim's case, they've come here 7 times in the last 30 years, I believe. And so a lot of these ideas, again, are technologically based. You know, you have students now able to come up with these application ideas for smartphone technology. And there's all sorts of ones that are very specialized to help. You know, some of them are intended to help students themselves study better, to be aware of certain services that they have on campuses. So, you know, this thought to allow students to be entrepreneurs in sort of incubator setting is, again, an important skill that I think pays lots of dividends, and it's exciting to watch. So it's going to be a neat event. I'm looking forward to it myself.
How is it that it comes to Anaheim every few years?
Well, we have a very large convention center. In fact, you know, if you think about it, 18,000 individuals. These are just the high school students, not alone to mention their chaperones, their teacher mentors, and then judges from other parts of the country.
All right. I'd like to thank you, Anaheim City Councilman James Vanderbilt, for coming to share that with us. Great success for your upcoming conference.
Great. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right. And thank you for joining us as well. I'm Leslie Leyton.